So here we go again. People just don't learn their lesson. Seems like every time PlayStation posts something, whether it be a job listing, a tweet, an image, whatever you want to call it, people run wild with it. So today I want to talk about that and address what's been going on. So we had a few weeks back, PlayStation had a job listing. I made a video about it, and there's many videos talking about this job listing. So this job listing was basically for marketing and basically working with other platforms. So mostly in the digital storefront, but a lot of people took it as PlayStation saying already all of their games are coming to other platforms, most notably Xbox. They've been on PC. They just released Lego Horizon on Nintendo not too long ago. So those places they are already there, and in some ways they have been on other platforms with MLB, the show. But never has it been any jobs listing that included Xbox in this manner. So yeah, I made a video talking about it, so that could be looked at whenever you get a chance. Go check it out. So yeah, we had that listing, and people made videos about it, and you know they went crazy with it. Oh, PlayStation is going third party. PlayStation is all of their games are coming, the whole slate, yada yada yada. Now I know why this was done, and one of the reason is it's like a tit for tat. The Xbox community felt like they were being attacked, and rightly so. Um, they've been bragging and boasting about bullcrap games for years. I don't want to necessarily just attack them, but I meant it is what it is. So yeah, they feel like they've been attacked and mocked and laughed at for years. And if you look at the moves that Microsoft has been making with Xbox, how can you, not look at that and say something or not think that something's wrong? So yeah, so they had that moment. So it seems that this is one of their tit for tat moments where it's like, okay, they see a little rumblings or a statement, and the statement might not even say anything about going over to another platform like Xbox, but that doesn't matter to them. It's just like any little thing that PlayStation says or do, they run with it. So they start to make their videos, and this is where the whole slate coming for for third party, all the things that they have heard. So it's like, okay, so now we're going to take this and then we're going to do the same thing. And that's basically what we have here. It's a kind of tit for tat thing, but it seems like their comeback or their tit for tat is not the same. This is blatantly, different. So, and that's just my opinion. That's not even my opinion, really. It's a fact. If you look at it, like said, PlayStation going for a third party when, when is this actually going to happen? Who are going to port all these games? All these studios they have, or is Insomniac working on a port for Xbox of all them games where they have other stuff to do? And Nixus can't port all the games that PlayStation have. You have Xbox studios literally porting these games themselves. They might have some help from a third party also. So I mean, the PlayStation strategy is way different than what Xbox is doing, and I can't see how you can mix that up and say PlayStation is going for a third party and Xbox isn't, or Xbox have been going third party, but PlayStation is going now. So it's like whatever way they try to spin it or try to bring PlayStation into their fold, and that's what it seems like. Everything that Xbox does, it seems like they want to say PlayStation is doing. If Xbox is going third party, PlayStation going third party. And now with the recent interview, you have PlayStation talking about them moving forward. Not even just PlayStation, but Sony in general. So you have a lot of Xbox fans that have been making videos about it, and some not even really gamers or Xbox fans. They just want to do this to make a living off of. It's something to get clicks and views. So you have them making a lot of videos where they would try to say that Xbox, which seems to be moving away from hardware, now they want to say PlayStation is doing it. So yeah, I mean it's just ridiculous, man. Like So if you look at some of the articles or the article that was out talking about this, even some gaming channels, have gotten it wrong, like PlayStation Era, and they even said themselves they misread, what was said. They took it out of context, just a tweet. So I want to go over that and talk about what was actually said, so it can get a little bit better understanding. But yeah, so let's go over what was said. So actually, there was an interview with one of the staff at PlayStation, and basically the statement or what's been quoted was really not really quoted all the way. They took bits and pieces and ran with it, like a lot of people do, and they took what they wanted to take from it. So what one of the things that was left out, and I'm gonna have it up on the screen so you can read it. So basically, it was saying so the investment in Bandai, and of course, we have been shifting to creation. So for example, the Entertainment Three businesses basically account for 60% of our consolidated revenue. So basically, our business portfolio is shifting more to the creation. And then as for the electronics business and TV compared to output devices, we are now shifting to creation devices that include digital cameras. So as a result, we are seeing more stability and profitability and in revenue, and also the productivity of our performance is increasing. And against such backdrop, and for example, in the music business, music streaming and EMI music publishing have been acquired, and then we increase the music catalog. And as I mentioned in the speech, in gaming business and moving away from a hardware centric business to more to the community based engagement business. And then that has been increasing. So now as we make more transition to entertainment creation, the stability and the productivity, our performance is increasing. So this upward revision might not have been a direct result of these. However, the music publishing and also acquisition of a music catalog and also the acquisition of Crunchyroll. These are the areas where we are seeing growth. And as a portfolio, we have been expanding our businesses and also improving our profitability. So like even on PlayStation Lifestyle.net, article, they even said like nowhere in this statement does Sony imply that PlayStation is going completely multi-platform or following Microsoft's footstep, and even more. They even said what Sony really said, um, that it wants its entertainment businesses to not revolve solely around hardware and shift more toward creation. The complete unedited statement can be read on Seeking Alpha or listen to it on Seeking Alpha. And you can also go to PlayStationLifestyle.net to see the full article and what they wrote about it and get what you can get out of it. But yeah, I mean, just right there is like people, they taking bits and pieces out of articles, out of podcasts, out of, interviews, and they choosing what they want to put out there in the internet. And a lot of it is lies and is disingenuous. Like, stop it. And then, after they do this and they make 1,000,001 videos, then a week go by, then it that has to be rebuffed, or, you know, it comes out that what they was putting out there on their channels was actually bullcrap. Now, could this be taken in a broader range to say, well, maybe it might happen? It could be, but when? And we're not talking about going multi-platform as far as being a third-party publisher. We're talking about hardware now. So now we went from PlayStation is going forward third party to now PlayStation is they're moving away from hardware. Now, one, this is what makes sense because they just sold over 70 million PlayStation 5s and they shipped close to 80 million. So they probably have a total of 80 million shipped, probably 75 million, 75 of that 80 million is what's been sold, actually sold. So I mean, they're killing it. Why would they stop selling hardware after having record profits like this? Even for the price that the PlayStation Pro is still selling, you know. So and then you still got to account for all the PlayStation 4 gamers that haven't came over yet to the PlayStation 5. That's over 100 something million. So with that being said, it's just ridiculous for people to take statements, interviews, articles, and chop it up and into bits and pieces, then make a video about it and say this stuff. PlayStation is moving away from hardware. Will they do it in the future? That's very possible. I think in time they probably want to save money, cut back, and increase profit. So one of the ways might be to get rid of hardware. But for the foreseeable future, no. I see Xbox making more moves to say this is what they're doing. Already they stopped shipping hardware to certain regions of the world, and it's not selling. Nobody's buying these Xboxes. At 20 something million Xboxes sold, maybe 30 million shipped. I mean, come on. So PlayStation have sold and shipped almost triple of what Xbox have sold and shipped. So yeah, I just want to touch on that, because I see a lot of videos, and I usually like to wait. I don't like to jump on, a topic right away. I like to wait and see how things pan out before I make a video about certain things like this. Yeah, so it's just utter nonsense, man. I understand they want to get, they want to feel like they getting their revenge on PlayStation gamers, and it feels good, but you're doing it with lies, and that don't make it any better. It looks actually worse when you do it with lies, and then it comes back to bite you in the butt. Now I'm gonna say this again. In the future, maybe 10 years after the PlayStation 6, maybe they might move away from hardware. But for the foreseeable future, no. I see Xbox moving away faster than PlayStation. I mean, they already took this step. So yeah, that's just something I want to talk about. No, PlayStation is not moving away from hardware no time soon. A lot of people are starting to make articles and videos to talk about this. But what you will start to see is now it's going to get quiet. The Xbox gamers going to get quiet, and they're not going to go back to this topic. Just like they're going to get quiet about them going third party. All the first party games of PlayStation, will they come in the future? Who knows? But in the near future, no. There's no profitability on Xbox other than Game Pass, and they're not going to put the games on Game Pass. So that will hurt them, and so that won't happen no time soon. So by the time then, we don't even know the state that Xbox will be in. They keep canceling games. Every month is something they're doing to show that they're moving away from whatever strategy or whatever their gamers want them to do. But yeah, I'm not gonna stay too long. This is longer than I wanted to go. But yeah, this is a topic that I wanted to talk about, and just put it out there. Like, don't believe everything you hear. It's a lot of propaganda going out there, and that's just not for Xbox. That's for PlayStation gamers too. So yeah, so I'm gonna end this video. Please like and subscribe. Tell me in the comments what you think or not. It's up to you. Until the next time, I'm out. Oh, and I want to make a correction. Earlier I said PlayStation Era. I meant to say PlayStationLifestyle.net. So go check them out. Check out the articles they have. And with that being said, I'm out.